Hello again. Welcome to the Patient Teacher. Please go there and subscribe. I want to grow the number of students that I'm helping learn English. Okay, so now we're going to do something that's a little harder, but it's very essential, very important for you to know this when you're learning English. So it's called modals. Modals. It's a type of verb. Okay? Now it's not a regular verb because you can't use it just by itself. You need to use it with another verb. Okay? But they are essential, important to use when expressing yourself. Right? You'll see later in English, whenever you want to be polite, you almost always need to use a modal. You'll see that in a second. So let's first tell you what the modals are. Okay? So, can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, and ought to. Okay? So as you start speaking English more, you're going to need to know these, how to use them, and recognize their purpose. Okay? So I'll put the link that I found for this in the description where you can go and read through it slowly. And it's quite extensive. It talks about the uses we have for them. For example, advice, obligation, permission, probability, and habits. Those are some of the uses we have for modals, right? I should point out, shall is used mostly in the UK. I don't think many people outside the UK use shall, but it's something to be aware of. And if you do use it, we only use it for the first person. Okay? Either I or we. Okay? And there's a couple other rules, really minor, but you don't use S with the modal. I'll put that in the description for you. Okay? Now after we've got some practice, I'll point out that we have what's called past modals. Okay? And past modals are when you use a modal with have. Okay? So we use these with have. Could have. Right? You can see already that is linking to the past. Would have. And lastly, should have. Okay? Those are things we'll use talking about the past and often about regret. Right? When you use this, you'll also use the past participle. And if you look at one of my earlier videos, you'll see when we use the past participle and where to find them. Okay? So now that we have all that, let's make some sentences and see how we use them. Okay? I can cook dinner for you, right? I can cook. It's showing ability. I can cook for you. I could go with you to the store, right? I could go with you. Saying I'm able, right? I will help you. I will help you, right? And I would. Now, with would, oftentimes, or most times, you're going to use the verb like. Okay? There's a few other verbs that you can use, but most times it will be like. I would like to know. I would like to ask a question. I would like to go with you to the store, right? So keep that in mind that most times with would is you're going to use like, right? I should come with you, right? Maybe it's dangerous or you need some help and the person says, I should come with you. Now, let me just wipe this off. May. She may not want you to come with her. Notice that the negative goes before the main verb. This again being the modal. So let me just put it here. Subject, modal, negative, main verb, and then you finish your sentence, right? She might want the patient teacher to take her. Okay? So she prefers the patient teacher, just in case you're wondering. Now, some people often ask me, what's the difference between may and might? And I hated it when someone would ask me in the middle of class because it can be confusing. I would often say there's not much difference. Not much difference except in the use and maybe the word of the sentence why you would use may or might. Once you start using them often, you'll see the difference. It will become obvious or clear right away which one to use when. But when you're starting out, you do often ask, why do I use may and not might? As I often say in English, the answer is often which one sounds better. Okay? That's often the answer in English. Which one sounds better? I may go. I might not go. You'll just see as you use it more often which one sounds better. Okay? So that's it for modals. If you're trying to improve your English, I always tell my students modals are the most important thing to learn. Okay? It takes time to get better. I'll put some links for you to practice yourself. Why we use it, how to use it, and that sort of thing. Okay? Don't forget to go to the Patient Teacher and subscribe. Help me grow my base of students. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.